I was born in rural Alberta, the youngest of 4 children. My mother's father and brother were both artists in Latvia before the war. So art has always been part of our family and considered something to which we should aspire. Even in our early teens, my older brother and I loved to paint, draw, and even created yard sculptures. Our parents really encouraged that. However, my brother seemed to be destined for a professional career in art, so I decided to take a slightly different track. I studied architecture and practiced on both sides of the Atlantic for over 40 years. Throughout my education and career, I've had the privilege to experience firsthand world-class art and architecture. Those experiences have left an everlasting impression. In 2019, I designed and built a studio where I paint almost every day, as much as possible, at least. My current focus is landscape painting, and Salt Spring Island is such an ideal place for that. Painting and drawing feels like such a natural part of my routine, my life, and it feels like this is a core part of who I am. I do work with mixed media, collage, oil, pastel, ink, pencil. But in the past year, I have primarily focused on watercolor. I love the spontaneity of watercolor, mixing color directly on paper, creating rich color and texture. It allows for a quick start and a quick stop and an easy cleanup, all creating space and time for spontaneity. These moments of spontaneity serve for me as confirmation that the vitality of painting emerges from a willingness for me to surrender to process and let go of outcomes. I'm interested in pushing watercolor to its limits, experimenting, using a variety of tools to push, pull, and scrape a painting into being. Looking onto the dramatic landscape in which I live on Salt Spring evokes particular feelings and emotions. Each mark I make aims to be both purposeful and spontaneous, not imitating so much as responding to what I see around me. I try to work in that zone between naturalism and abstraction. When a painting hits on that otherworldly quality between the two, then I feel I've achieved something. Those moments when I see reality in abstract marks and abstract marks in reality. A short while ago, a couple from LA visited my studio. As they walked in, one of them was immediately drawn to a painting and began asking questions. The painting had triggered a compelling memory for him. This scenario has played out with almost every painting I sell. So meaning comes from the observer and not so much from any intent, feeling, or mood I may have intended. Incognito has 3 very different scenes, each created at different times, under different conditions and state of mind. Trinity is really intended to show how our beautiful West Coast is being affected by climate change. It was painted during the terrible fires we had here this past summer. Spring was painted in the spring, The dark background represents a cold, dark winter, with the blue skies signaling spring. The bright flower shows the dramatic influence life has on our planet. Grassland shows one of my favorite plants, be it on a beach, in my garden, or in a field. I love the way grass changes with light and weather. There are several aspects to this painting which speak to the complexity and disparate nature of our planet. Dark skies, blue skies, sunshine highlighting grasses on a dark water's edge, all conspiring to create a confusing, if not a dramatic landscape.